We got some new specific details on how police found out about this man going on a rampage. We got to take a look at this, guys. What's up, y'all? As you guys already know, we have been keeping a close watch on everything that's going on in London, Kentucky. They are still on the manhunt looking for this man. It has been absolutely crazy. Obviously, we have entered in days now of people, law enforcement, looking for Joseph A. Couch. Now, there's some interesting new information that has just recently dropped about everything. The text messages that he sent to a person. We now are finding out who he sent those text messages to and all this stuff as well. This is absolutely very, very interesting. So I wanted us to take the look at this as a family. Of course, he was saying that he wanted to unalive a lot of people. And then later on in another text message, he said something along the lines of doing something unthinkable to himself as well, right? And of course, there's that theory. There's a lot of speculation that maybe he's not alive out there in the woods out there. And of course, there's still the theory that he's running amok somewhere out here in these streets. Like he could be in Mexico right now, okay? Anything's possible, right? Sipping a margarita, for crying out loud. But I digress. Let's get into this article, okay? So they say the man suspected of opening fire on the highway in Kentucky sent a message vowing to unalive a lot of people. You know, we got to use these code words, unfortunately, okay? Less than 30 minutes before he took aim and wounded 5 people on the I-75, okay? He said, I'm going to, and of course I got to paraphrase because of these code words, but he says, I'm going to unalive a lot of people. Well, try at least. This is apparently what he wrote in the text message, okay? According to a warrant affidavit filed in court. In a separate text message, he followed up that text message, okay, with another one. And he said, I'll unalive myself afterwards, the affidavit says. Okay, now Lexington Herald-Leader identified the woman that he was texting to was actually his ex-wife, which is very interesting. And I'm still trying to understand, maybe, or still trying to find out the name of the ex-wife. I think it's Sarah. Her name is Sarah, but I could be wrong, okay? Because there's a lot of information that's flying everywhere, and we're all trying to piece the information together as best as we can, okay? But it says here that the affidavit does not describe the relationship between Couch and the woman who received the texts. But I guess it's safe to say that at least from another article, okay, another news outlet, they're saying that the woman that received the text messages is actually his ex-wife. We heard a story about it being his sister, and that could very well be wrong. Okay, so the affidavit, of course, said that before the authorities received the first report of this tragedy, about 5:30 p.m., okay, a dispatcher in Laurel County received a call from a woman who told them Couch had sent her text messages at 5:03 p.m. Okay, so there's a bit of a gap, right? There's 30 minutes, roughly 30 minutes between the time a phone call was made and the actual tragedy started, right? Let's continue on. In response to that call, police initiated a tracker on Couch's cell phone, but the location wasn't received until 6:53 p.m. Damn, that's a long time. They received a phone call around 5:03, and almost 2 hours later, they tried to reach his phone, try to ping and track his cell phone, and it took almost 2 hours to finally receive something to find out where he actually was, which is crazy, right? Of course, this is 90 minutes, okay, after the tragedy happened already, right? After he already did this unthinkable crime, right? Which is crazy. Now, we already know that he's looking at some serious charges if or when he gets caught, when he gets found. And hopefully he's alive. Let's be real. Hopefully he's alive. But we now know that there's a little bit more information about his car, the AR that he bought, and all that stuff. So let's get into that too. So on the day of the actual tragedy, law enforcement officers searched an area near the location where his vehicle was found with a view of I-75. Okay, so he had a full view. He could see what was going on, which is interesting. They found a green Army-style duffel bag, ammunition, and numerous spent shell casings. The affidavit says. A short distance away, they found a Colt AR-15 rifle with a sight mounted onto the weapon with several additional magazines. So I don't know. We heard that he went to a store, bought this AR, bought a whole bunch of ammo. Was he planning on doing a lot more? I don't know. Maybe he did what he did and couldn't believe what he did, and then he ran off. Maybe he had his conscience finally came into play. I don't know. But it's interesting that he left the AR-15 on the side of the road and he just took off. So I'm wondering what's going on here. But the duffel bag had Couch handwritten in black marker on the duffel bag. Okay. Now, of course, they have been combing through the area trying to find this man. Of course, it's very thick, very dense. It's a very densely wooded area, as they've been saying. They're trying their best to find this guy, find this madman, but they still have not gotten anything. Okay, but they say they are not going to quit until they lay hands on him. All right, but they are sitting there going, "Hey, the man is still at large, and anything is possible. He could just get tired of hiding out and just walk out of the woods right into the hands of the police without incident." But I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, of course, you could do the waiting game in that area, but if he's not in that area, there's a real need for everyone to keep vigilant, okay? Because they could be standing there going, maybe he's going to show up, just standing on the edge of the forest, you know, of the wooded area. And he could be in Boston, for crying out loud, by now. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really important for everyone to, of course, in the areas and in the surrounding areas, to keep your heads on a swivel, keep alert. If you see something, say something. But at the same time, they say, even in the press conference, that they have his cell phone. So there's a possibility. There's still a possibility he has a second phone, which is possible. But he may be out there without a phone, just running around there. He could also be unalive in those woods as well. That's still a strong possibility as well. I guess we're going to have to find out more when they give us more information. That's what I'm hoping for here, guys. But anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, again, if you know anything, please call 911. Okay. There's a reward out there for anyone that has any information to getting this man arrested and, of course, getting him back alive. Right. And luckily, all the victims are recovering and they're all alive. There have been no fatalities, which is fantastic. So anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. If you're watching on other platforms, hit that follow button as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Of course, it'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family on all platforms. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.